YouTube. Welcome to my channel. Just want to start off by saying thank you for pressing play. And peace and shout out to all of the gun tubers out there. It's a great world to be a part of. And I'm excited to get started with it all. You know, this is my first gun collection video. And been doing it for a few years. I'm a collector. I noticed that from a young age. I started with clothing, stuck to a brand. The next thing you know, I was going nuts. I was ahead. You know, we'll get into that another time. I'll let you know about that. But for tonight, I got a show for you. A few things I wanted to do from 2023. And hope you enjoy it. You know, let's get started. I'll jump right into it. First gun up. I guess we can start small. I guess that's what everybody does. We can start small and go from small to large. Here we got the GSG Firefly in olive drab green. It's cool, unique gun, camel fired. Everything is clear, by the way. Nice pickup. Sights on it is pretty good. You know, deep high-end sights. Suppressor ready. I would say ambi safety. You know, the grip on it is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I actually had my daughter in mind when I purchased this weapon. And ran it a while. You know, ran a few hundred rounds through it. I noticed that it doesn't like low grains, so you gotta go with it doesn't like high grain, pardon me. It doesn't like high grain ammo, you know. So if I would suggest or recommend you purchase this weapon, I would say definitely go with the lowest grain possible. 38 is what I found to get my hands on. 38 grain, 22 long. 22 ammo, and it's cool. No kick. Got some plans for it though, you know. Thinking I might even go with a suppressor. I'm actually in suppressor jail right now. I would say silencer jail right now, and it's gonna take a while. I'm going on 4 months. So that's for another caliber weapon, you know, which I'll get into once I get to that weapon. But yeah, the GSG Firefly 22. Right, on to the next. All right, I'll go with my 380. My only 380 in the collection. You know, this is the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 EZ 380. You know, I love this little thing, man. I bought it for my wife and mine to have it. It's all clear, by the way. You know, this weapon was intended for women and females, or somebody with a weaker hand, or that's not in a position to actually be as strong as others. You know, so you know, this comes with the grip safety. You know, the sights are not that bad. You know, but the grip on this, man, I love it. And the cock it, you could probably cock that with one finger. That's how easy the slide is, you know. But with that in mind, just want to let you know that if you have any women, children, mothers, aunts, anyone in mind that you feel like you need to arm them, I would highly suggest a 380. Don't sleep on 380. You know, for those who know, you know that 380 is a very popular, get out of my face weapon. You know what I mean? Grew up on something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, once I got it, I was very impressed. very impressed, man. Sometimes we want to take it back from my wife, man. You know, it's definitely something I carry every once in a while, especially with, you know, light clothing on, light material. Definitely good for EDC. Smith & Wesson, M&P shell, smooth shooter, smooth shooter, is very accurate. You know what I mean? You want to sometime get into, you know, eventually get into mounting optics and all of that. You know, that's cool and all that. But as far as just to have around, an old trusty, as they say, go snatch you one. Next up, step it up to caliber 9. And we'll go with my, now this one here, I would say this is one of my first on, you know, the right way, the first pistol. And I was told a lot about it when I purchased the weapon, installed a, you know, in my shop. This is a good shop too, by the way. Shout out to Blackstone. I'm in the Carolinas and they're like one of the biggest situations here. But yeah, you know, dope gun. Everybody talks about it, dope firearm. You know, trigger is what they speak about the most. After I did my dance around the village, I come right back to realize that that's true. This is one of the best triggers on the market. You know what I mean? Can't deny it. You know what I mean? I have my opinions about many things when it comes to this. I'm just getting into this though. You know, I haven't fired everything on the line. So, you know, you're not speaking to an expert, but you're speaking to somebody who has had their hands on a variety of things. And I'm getting into my comparisons and really know how to cut, think, and differentiate vibes and feelings suiting to my needs. You know what I mean? But I haven't experienced everything. So I'll say that to say that this is a very dope weapon. I plan on getting more of these, and that is the Canon TP9 SF Elite. This is a 4.6 inch barrel, I believe. You know, holds 15 in the magazine, be clear, by the way. And I just want to give you kind of a nice close up on this. You know, like I said, I've bought more since this, and I'm impressed, man. I got dreams and aspirations for Canon. You know, there's a few more others that I'm desiring to own, and it's a smooth shooter. The sights are on point too. You know, out of the box. You know, there's a few other Canons that I want to own, but this is my first one and only. Stay tuned in with the channel. You'll see plenty more projects that I have in mind with Canon. Very accurate weapon. I would suggest any first time buyer, like I have family members that I recommended to go with the Mete, and you know what I mean? They shot this and this is what impressed them early on. So yeah, you know, this is the Canon TP9 SF Tungsten Edition. I think this is the only version that they put out at the time, because you know the later on versions with the gold look and the FDE goldish looking bronze look wasn't on the shelves at the time I purchased this weapon. But this is made out of, this is put out of Turkey, you know what I mean? So Century Arms, Canon, love them, never have a complaint about them, and I feel like they're on a voyage to success with their reputation as far as the gun industry goes. All right, next up, let's go with this here. I would say this is the big boy here. This was a questionable purchase for me at the time. I know 1911s was highly talked about and been around forever in the industry. So I started off light, man. I didn't want to jump in going crazy and even know the differences or whatever. And then to be all honest, I fell in love with the look of the gun. You know what I mean? At the price point. Also a Blackstone purchase. And that is this is my SDS, manufactured by Thesis. Thesis has a great name, and SDS is definitely a good name. This is the US Army version. Let me take a look at that. And it had a dope color to me, a dope finish, you know what I mean? This is chambered in 45, like the average 1911. And I must tell you, I put plenty of rounds through this. Never had a hiccup, nothing. Shame to say, but I never even cleaned this gun. You know what I mean? But the feel, the touch, it has the thumb safety, you know, which most 1911s have, beaver tail. You know what I mean? It's a nice gun. Very clean. This is something that I won't, you know, consider saying, yeah, I'm 1911 and come out with this is my 1911 to represent me. But it was a personal feel, a personal vibe that I liked about the gun. It came on a very low price range. And I purchased it. I might do a little cute upgrades to it, you know, just to keep around. But this is something that I'll just to have. Probably be a safe queen, you know. It's like I said, I like the finish, I like the touch. And how they, you know, left it the way it was. And it's reliable. Like I said, never had a problem with it. You know, we're all clear, by the way. And that's the SDS US Army 1911. It's a clone, definitely a clone, but it's a nice clone. I believe they did a good job with that. And let's move on to the next weapon. What would that be? Just getting through my pistols here, pardon me. All right, let's go with my All-American. Everybody has one. This is nothing that needs no introduction. The Glock 19X, to be exact. Glock 19X. And what I dressed this up with, might I add and mention that I'm just getting into optics and lights and just getting into the dress up world, putting on the clothes and getting conditioned to go to where you need to go with the weapon, if that makes any sense. So, you know, O-Light, and that's the Boulder or the Balder RL. Love it. I ain't gonna flag you, but I love it. I managed to find it in the same color, and this is what I'm gonna put some more money into this gun. You're all clear, family. Put some more money into this, man, because I got some ideas and some designs to make this different from every 19X that's out there. You know, I want to kind of make it mine, you know what I mean? And I got something else that's similar to this when it comes to the colorway, and that'll probably be my ebony and ivory combo when it comes to my grab and go. But I don't got much to say about this. This is what it is. 19X. Oh man, what's going on with me tonight? This is the Glock 19X. Every man's must have, just to have in your collection. If you don't got one, get to it. All right. And we go with another 9mm, which is something that I sat and had in my shopping cart for a while. Scrolling up, shout to Classic Firearms, you know, and wanted it for a while. Probably had it for over a year now, maybe even, you know, yeah, about a year. And it's dope, you know what I mean? So I'm just getting into the handgun craze as far as going with competition shooting versus, you know, your mid-sizes and your compacts and your micros. And I'll probably be there for a while, to be honest, because I'm in love. I just left a nice dope meetup with a group of people, and they had amazing things out there, man. And you know, dream gun life. So without mentioning, you know, everybody else had and getting into that, you know, this is something that I took to that meetup and I had a ball with it. And that is my SAW K12 Sport. Love it. Dope gun. Dope weapon. Be clear. You know, I usually keep this loaded. You know, this is a crazy gun. They say it's a CZ clone, which I, you know, can hit on the head. This is a CZ clone. This is also made out of Turkey. Dope company out of Turkey. They have a lot more to offer as far as, you know, their lower end products like the SAW 9 or, you know, whatever the case may be. But I went directly to go into this, and love it so much, man. I might get another one. I know that they make this in like a midnight black. It's just nuts, you know. So that's something I'll probably get. You never fire, because I know what I'm working with. But this is just SAW K12, full steel frame, steel slide, hammer fired. Trigger is amazing. Let me let you see that. Little take up. Love it. Nice gun. And some of these guns, I'll definitely love to do a more personal review on them. Look forward to further videos. I have a lot of content in mind, and I'm taking the necessary steps to grow the channel. So we can get straight to it. But that's the SAW K12 Sport. Next up, I'm in the Carolinas now. I plan on, you know, the whole mind frame of getting into this was basically prepping. You know, I got kids, I got a wife, you know what I mean? So I've been going into prep mode until if all else fails and stuff blows through the roof, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Are you gonna stay lost in your typical day-to-day la-di-da world, or are you going to take the necessary steps to make sure you cover all corners that you possibly can and protect your family, you know? So with that being said, I wanted to go with a bigger hand caliber, something that people talked about a lot in the last 5 years, and I wanted to get my hands on one, and that is your Glock 20, chambered in 10mm. Chambered in 10mm. Love it. This thing barks too. It's a big boy. A lot of companies came out with the 10mm. You know, such as SIG and Smith & Wesson, and a few others, FN. But no complaints, man. You clear? You clear? 10mm Glocks. Not much to say about this gun. I'm running it right now. Probably got about 150 rounds through it. Playing around with the firearm, but you know, I'm definitely gonna put a lot of love, tender love and care into this as far as design and customization. So stay tuned for that. Upgrades and all, but Glock 20, chambered in 10mm. All right, what do we do next? So we get into my pistols. Let's go pistols. You know, we start off with, as far as the pistols go. Got a cool pistol here. I wanted something, you know, truck gun style. Just something that holds a high caliber and a lot of them in a small package. So I went with my Brigade AR pistol. ARP as they say. But yeah, man, dope. I had to put this through the test because I had some hiccups. You know, I had some hiccups. So I'm still working out the kinks with this firearm here, man. You know, had something else on it, but you know, due to the BB brace band, that, you know, a lot of these things are looking different than what they looked like a couple of months ago. So, you know, haven't really did too much. Threw on some mag pull flip up sights that I already had. Tried to match the gray, but all of that's gonna change. I already have like a design in my mind for what I want to do with this, if I can get her running right. The last 2 range trips, she ran flawlessly. That's not enough to convince me to dump no bread into her. So yeah, this is what's going on right here. Look at that. One thing that I fell in love with was the handrail. Check the handrail out. Handrail is nice. Bulky. It has the key mark. She's dope. We empty. Nothing in the mag. So absolutely sexy looking, and from what you can see with the tungsten finish, you know that she can become a very well groomed person if you put a few dollars into it. And I got the perfect idea when it comes to accomplishing that. So stay tuned to that voyage on that. Next pistol. All right, next pistol up. I have my 300 Blackout. Now this is what I put the most attention towards recently, as far as getting it ready to sit by my bedside, you know? So this is your 300 Blackout by Stag Arms. Check it out. Love it. So, Olight, Hollison, red dot sight, Sylvan Arms folding adapter. Haven't done too much on the internals on this so far. I have a dope hand stop on here I got from Midwest, and just a real dope situation here. With the arrow position breech, charging handle, smooth shooter. And I mentioned something a little earlier as far as my suppressor. So I have a suppressor on the way. I'm about 3 months in on my voyage of waiting, maybe 5 months actually, on my voyage of waiting for that to come in. But I have the dead ear on the way, and it's dope because this is a 300 Blackout, so it's chambered in a 30 caliber, and I have a few other things that I'm very excited. You know, I already kind of started buying the correct, you know, suppressor brakes to go on those, because I can interchange my suppressor to go on those all in one trip. So yeah, that's my 300 Blackout by Stag Arms. Never had a hiccup. This is my bedside gun. Dope situation. I took a lot of time and thought into the brand, into the build, into what comes in here. You know, I might have to change it to adjustable gas block once I get to a point where I'm suppressing. But you know, stay tuned. Take this out with you guys to the range and all of that, and we can have some fun, you know, and do what we do. Next up, I guess we'll get into my rifles now. I don't have many pistols, or ARPs, or, oh, actually, whoa, I'm bugging out. Bugging out. All right, next up, one of my favorite calibers and my favorite platforms thus far, and I just can't seem to get away from them. And that would be the 7.62x39. And had this for a while. This is actually my second one. My second, number 2. Bought one, ran it for a while. Had a situation where I was trying to get something else, and I didn't want to, you know, make a bank trip or a bank swipe. So I made some arrangements and got rid of it. But, you know, being away from it so long, which was only like 90 days, I went and snatched me another one. And that is the Century Arms Draco. Full body Draco. So it's not the mini, it's not the micro, this is just your Draco. The original Draco before they went super short. So love it, man, love it, love it, love it. Pros and cons, I could make a separate video about that. But never had a jam. And it's just the experience of shooting it. Like she coughs up something different. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean? Coughs up something different. You just gotta be a part of that society to understand what I'm talking about. You saw the 2 ARPs, you're gonna see a few more AR15s before the night is out or before the video is out. So I'm just comparing my experience from weapon to weapon. But I love the AK platform. I got some dreams and aspirations for where I want to take this. As far as design goes, I'm not going to do too much because I want to keep that original feel. So far, I actually did put a nice wood grip on it. You know, so that's what we're looking like, you know. And this is your Century Arms. Century Arms Vishka, you know. Love it. Never had a problem with it. I have some more 7.62x39s that I'm gonna have in mind that I want to get to. You know, not many. That's worth me playing. I don't want to dance around spontaneously just getting stuff that's just irrelevant at this point, you know. But trust me, the collection's gonna get crazy. But as of right now, I have a few more on mine that I want, you know, that I just like a must-have, you know, to get. Some of them I'll go all tactical with. Others I may want to keep a classic feel and touch to them. So stay tuned on that journey. Journey's not going to take long. Okay, that was my last pistol. Almost forgot about it. Sorry about that. Okay, next up, we can go with something else I got with the kids and wife in mind, and that is your Rossi 22 rifle, 16-inch, and this is chambered in 22. Love it. Check out the sights. You know, sights. Love the sights on that. You know, with the green. I don't know if you could pick that up, but dope. Didn't look like this when I got it, when I purchased the weapon, but I threw on a Mossberg 702 Plinkster kit to it, and that comes with a one-piece attachment. Take the barrel out, pop it out, and you can make it a little bit more tactical. So yeah, I got this for my wife and my daughter to train on. You know what I mean? My daughter, she's 17 years old, so I had this since she was about 15 years old. So I take her to the range with this, and she trains with it. You know, she moves around with a few other things, and it's like she's not even impressed with this anymore, but it's dope. You know what I mean? You get in the gym to a point where you gotta book out, and you gotta run and get outside, and you gotta grab some things. This is what you could take and make sure you get this, because you might have to catch you a rabbit or two. You know what I mean? And call this the Wabbit. This is the Wabbit gun, you know. Go get you something to eat. So that is the Rossi RS22. All right, what we gonna do next? Okay, I'm going to something innovative. I know a lot of people have a lot of flack on this. You know, it's nothing that I'm too big on these days, but it's dope. I must say, very accurate, lightweight, innovative, good caliber to have on you. You know what I mean? Pack a punch at a certain distance. Capacity is great, swappable with Glock magazines, and that is the Caltech. You know, when I say innovative, see how small I can fold up? It actually folds, you know, and that's your sub 2000 by Caltech. We all clear? Nothing in the magazine. All right. I'm not gonna say much about this. They have cool sights. People complain about the sights. I like them. You know, never had to even throw a dot on them or nothing. You know, just go. And there's plenty of upgrades available for this firearm. You know, so they have an M Carbo package. Thinking about doing that, you know, just to say I did it and just put it up like that. Because when it comes to compact and innovative, I have many more options that directions I want to go when it comes to stuff like that. But this is dope, you know what I mean? And it was very affordable. You know, I would say cheap. It was very cheap. You know, got it a long time ago, and it's something that's like, why get rid of it? You know what I mean? Keep it in the safe. 15 years from now, you know, you'll have one of the first fold-up rifles that they let in the air, you know? All right, what up? What are we gonna do next? All right, let's go shotguns next. I only have a few of those. So I'll get into my Mossberg Maverick 88, and this is a beast, clear. To let you know we clear. And I did something crazy. I went with a pistol grip with a 16-inch barrel. I threw a heat rail on there, but unique thing about this is this is the security edition, which means it holds 8 rounds, and it's a pump action. I ran this thing like twice. Not a fan of the pump. I want to get more shotguns. I like Mossberg. I may stick to like maybe going with a, you know, Shockwave. Or I see a few other brands that have some cool situations out there that I want to grab up. But for now, this just sits in the box, in the safe. You know, that's my Maverick 88 by Mossberg, chambered in 12 gauge, 8 shots, 8 rounds. Next up, I always make jokes about this gun, or this firearm, and I call her Soccer Dad. Cause you know, if I had a son that liked soccer, and you know what they say about soccer moms, but this is my SDS bullpup. You know, you have this just in case you go to the soccer game and something pop off, you know what I mean? But she's cool, love it. Now this, I ran way more than 2 times. 12 gauge, this is what had me to a point where I had some trust in the brand SDS. because I actually, you know, the 1911 I showed you was also by SDS, but I had this first, and I ran hundreds of rounds through this, man. Hundreds of rounds through it, and love it. Never had a problem. I had a few problems with it, but I would say, you know, 9.9 times out of 10, she's going, and she's going loud, and she's going reliably, and I was sold. I'm like, cool. So it's just a toy, you know what I mean? Nothing I would just, you know, use for home defense or anything like that. But dope situation, something cool to have in the clip, as we say. So that's the SDS BP12, chambered in 12 gauge. Last shotgun, I only have 2. All right, next up. I guess we in the last category of my rifles. So, you know, some pressure coming right now. And this was a project. This is my first AR15. And some people might be like, yo, that's crazy, it's a Frankenstein, but it's really not a Frankenstein. I just took a brand and just reevaluated the whole system and did what I did. So this is my M&P, Smith & Wesson M&P Sport 2 AR-15. I know it doesn't look like one, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So we clear, of course, no mag, Tribe Defense charging handle, BS dot on it, something I had earlier. I just stuck it on there because you know. But I think I'm going to actually put a little bit more emphasis into her, you know. But I have changed the game with this. Now, this is my oldest AR-15, so I have thousands of rounds through this weapon, maybe even 3,000 rounds through this weapon, and never had a flaw. And that's with the bye-bye fun thing on there, you know what I mean? So without that getting into too much detail, Aero Precision handrail, I had to change out the bolt carrier group to make it function the way it needed to with the bye-bye on there. So Aero Precision bolt carrier group, you know, all that's going on. Magpul grips, BCM stock. Love these stocks too, man. Great stocks. But yeah, you know, this is my Smith & Wesson M&P. You know, for a very long time, I was ready to go with this. You know, no questions asked. I was like, this is what I'm taking. But stepped up from that point. You know what I mean? I kind of graduated since then. So what you want to do next? Next up is my build, and I have another video I want to drop and release about this weapon because this was my first build and it was a project, man. Had a lot going on with this, man. So, you know, we're gonna do it like this. This is my, I guess you could say Aero Precision build. I'll get into the details of it, but AR-15 full length. I started this project after they did the pistol brace ban or rule was in effect. I got scared of that because I was gonna go with a 13.5. So got scared of that whole idea and just went with a full length build. So with that being said, I have a lot of details that went into this. The only thing that's Aero Precision is the upper and lower, stripped upper and stripped lower. So all Eternals are something different. And the concept behind me wanting to do another video about this is because I spent to a point where I could have got a Daniel, a sight, and way more. But from everybody that touches it, they said they are not disappointed. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, nah, this may be giving a Daniel a run for their money when you look into what's inside of this. So yeah, this is my first AR15 build. I managed to cram a whole lot into here. I took my time and made sure every part and component made sense, it matched, and it was the top of the line quality, button for button, screw for screw. So yes, stay tuned for another video of the breakdown of the coulda had a Daniel right here. All right, what's next? All right, getting towards the end of the collection. All right, this right here, I told you my 7.62 platform is my favorite. And right here we have the Zestava M70, AK-47, and we're clear. This is one of my favorite weapons here, and got it dressed up. Take a look at that. Zestava M70 AK-47. I have the optics rail already installed. Optics on the way. I like that old look about her, so I got an old sling attached with the leather on it. And I have some ideas for this, but I kind of want to keep her looking classic, and I have a good intuitive way to do so, but with making her modern as well, but keeping the look. Dope gun. High quality AK as well. And I saw something today about this actually. Serbia just put a ban on it, so it's a 30-day ban. These are not allowed to come into the States right now for 30 days, you know. And they say it may change, more likely it will change, but as of right now, I'm holding a banned weapon. A few of my other guys out there have it, and I'm glad I got one because this may not be allowed to be purchased again in the States. So word, Zestava, full length, AK-47, M70. We living. All right, last but not least, I think, let me check. Yeah, I think. So we're here, last but not least here. And that is going to be my other most expensive weapon outside of my build, as to date, I would say. Because there's a lot going on right now. Stay tuned. So yeah, this right here is, this deserves a different introduction. So yeah, let's go into 1 12-inch twist barrel, cold hammer forged barrel, left hand charging handle. I can't do it no more, man. This is my 308. My 308 IWI Galil Chamberlain 308. You know, this is my most recent purchase. Love it. It's considered the upgraded AR15 platform, the more modified AK-47 or AK platform. And this weapon is crazy. Talking about a beast. This is a beast. They used to do it in a shorter inch. They used to have it in a 13-inch, but they're discontinued. And I want to do a video on this to show you my thought process of making this choice and decision to get this caliber and this gun. You know, and I weighed out all of my options and I made a decision, regardless the dollar amount. If I was going to go 308, I wanted to go here. versus other brands that I have or other brands that's in the world that competes with this platform or this caliber. You know, made out of Israel, but I want to do another video. I'm not going to do it. I'm already at 46 minutes right now with this video. So look, check it out and stay tuned for a one-on-one with this so we can talk about it and chop it up about why I made this decision. And who knows, by then, I may even have it looking a little different. So yeah, and that's it, man. IWI Galil, Chamberlain 308. So that's it. That's my first video. Thank you, YouTube. And shout out to all the dope gun tubers and dope gun camps and gun camp themselves. Everybody else that inspired me and brought me to where I am, or that helped me have something to look at when I get in my moods or keep me going. And what I like to do in the daytime, I come home and I look at you guys at nighttime, and y'all keep me up because I'm just listening, it's driving me, it's keeping me going. So yeah, man, shout out to all of you gun tubers, man. I'm not gonna go one for one with the list, but you know who you are because I'm in your boxes, and I'm in your likes, and I'm in your follows and all of that. And do the same. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's take a walk with each other on this journey, and I would love to support you guys as well. And just thank you for, if you got through this far, thank you all for, you know, giving me that time to check out my collection. And there's much more to come. Believe me, your boy, Shalom.